on the key, so this shit not.
Hello, hello. It is your favorite trio. We're back. Episode 7, Season 2, the F.A.C.T.S Podcast, right here on 613 Faye DMV. If you have not already, go ahead, like this video, sit here, click here, subscribe. You can follow us. You can follow all the shows. There we go. Enough of my shameless plug. Ladies, how are you?
Hey.
We're looking good. We're looking good. Yes.
Fabulous.
That's good. Yes. You guys had a great weekend. Did you guys do any extra like follow-up Valentine's Day stuff after?
No, I just had sweet 16s and sweet 6-year-old birthday parties to attend. You know, I went skating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
It sounds
very fun, and it just let me know how, not in shape I think I am. Work on, considering football season is next month for me. So yeah, I need to get back to it because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be playing on Tuesdays and Saturday and Sunday. So yeah.
Well, it's all right. It sounds like you're going to be summertime ready. That's what that sounds like.
Hey, listen.
Take them blessings. I had to go to the doctor earlier today, and I had to get a stress test, and I'm laughing because I don't know what his position is, whatever his position is. And I'm sorry if it's being disrespectful. If you know, you can write it in the chat. But anyway, the guy who is there who runs the stress test, he's like, okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put you on an incline. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is fine. I'm in the gym. I was like, yeah, the other day I was on an incline of 11.5 with a speed of 2.5. Well, guess what? He looked like, oh, yeah, you want to show off? Do. When I tell you I'm on there fighting for my life, okay? And I'm like, I'm not going out like this. And so I'm sitting here doing this. And he's like, do you feel any pain in your chest? I'm like, nah, whole time my heart's like, and I'm like, oh, God. But I'm like, I'm going to make it, though. I'm like, I'm going to make it. Boom, boom. And I'm like, can we stop for a second? Can I get my phone? I'm going to turn on some music because, it's this DJ Drama and Young Jeezy joint, How Deep Is Your Love? I like that mix right there. I want to hear that. And so he's like, ha, 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 faster. And he's like, now we're going to increase the speed. I'm like, oh, God. Oh, God. And I'm looking out the window. I'm watching this lady with some heels. She can't walk. She falling. It's a lot going on here. And I'm like, ma'am, this is the doctor's office. I don't know who you're trying to meet. And then I was like, never mind. I know who you're trying to meet, baby girl. I get it. I ain't hating on you. You struggling. That's not the shoe for you. But yeah, that was my struggle of the day, but my weekend was really nice. I went on a date, and that was really nice. And yeah. Oh yeah, and I went on a party with some of my friends. Yeah. And I'm not a big fan of Afro beats, but I went to a hookah spot that they played all Afro beats. And I'm like, damn, there's some other songs out here. Lil Baby got a lot of songs, but
here we
nothing.
are. How about
yeah,
you?
Like nothing. Yeah.
I worked this weekend, and then I went out on a date.
Ooh,
yeah, it was nice. And then after that, just parenting. That's about it.
Dateless person this weekend? I said I was the only dateless person this weekend.
I mean,
it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay though. It's okay. But did you see your beloved this weekend?
Yes.
Then a win is a win. A win is a win.
A win is a win.
Because you got to sit there and you got to take these moments, because you know what? You could not have seen nobody and not had a date. And then that's when you really get upset. So you got to, just like that's how they say, it's not in your time, it's in God's time. And that right there is a message. And it's funny because as I say that, I just got a message on the phone from my person who I went on a date with. Hey, baby. Yeah. Anyway, so let's sit here and let's do our Black History. This is not even a Black History Month. This I will say is
A
One
win.
win.
This is a win. A
Yes, it
win.
is a win. It is a huge win. On February 15, 2023, the self-proclaimed white supremacist Peyton Grindon, who unalived 10 African Americans in Buffalo, New York at a grocery store, was sentenced to life in jail. The American judicial system gave all the victims' families and friends the swift justice that they deserve. And I am so thankful that this happened because the amount of just the way he went about it, seeing the video where you could see that he was about to shoot a white man, he said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." And then he went around and continued to shoot, African Americans. It was a lot of elderly citizens. It was somebody, I'll never forget reading the
Mhm.
article when this happened, and it was somebody who went to the store to go get a cake for the birthday party. Can you imagine? And you know how our community is, so they was in there going off. Like, where is he at? He's supposed to be here. All this other stuff, and they waiting and they calling, and you don't know that he's out here fighting for his life. Like it's terrible. But I'm definitely glad that we lived long enough to see that someone who committed a heinous act like this be sentenced. It's not too many wins that we get like this. So even like when I thinking about this, it also makes me think of remember, I want to say, I think his name, no, that's not his name, for the guy who shot who unalived a lot of African Americans at the church in South Carolina, and he
Oh,
walked in there and did that. And then remember afterwards they took him to go get a burger.
Dylan
He
Roof.
said he was hungry. Yes, that's what I was about to say, and I could not remember if that was the right name. But I think that one of the people from Columbine, but I think somebody else in Columbine. I think their name might have been Dylan or something like that. But yes, but I'm glad to see that there's swift justice. And so it doesn't bring the people back, but to know that he at least got the sentence that he deserved is definitely. Yeah, but we dedicate this to the family, the survivors, everybody who took a L in that, but no one took a bigger L than good old Peyton Grindon. Now I just want to know what jail they want to send him to, because then I
Hey,
think that they should let the community
I hope
decide.
they release him to Gen Pop. That's all I know. Just let
Ooh.
him go on Gen Pop.
Let him. Oh, you know what? And he is in New York. Let him go to Rikers.
Mm-hmm.
You might go there.
Yeah.
But you know how it be. They send you where they see fit according to
Mm-hmm.
color.
Mm. Well, this
I
is
mean,
America, and
go
we
there
all
because
should be
that's a
created
maximum
equal.
security prison, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Rikers.
he should. Yeah, because he should go there because they be releasing people still because of COVID right now because there's no space. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I'm assuming he's definitely not getting released since he got life.
Exactly. But I'm so glad to hear that. And the thing about it, because he's young too, so even if they gave him like 30 years, he's gonna live that. They gave him 40, he'd be living that. He's still quite young. So and the thing about it, to be that young and that racist, I'm like, what have you been through? Like, it's just like if somebody called you the N-word, like it doesn't make you feel good or anything like that. But you see somebody that's 90 years old, yeah, you're gonna want to get out and strike them. But then it's like, you know what? You from a time frame when you could say that, because I know I could come over there and just kick your walker, kick your cane, and it's over for you. So me knowing that I always have the upper hand in this situation, I'm good, baby. I'm good. But anyway, Tay, what you got for us with the good politics, girly?
So, as we all know, Roe versus Wade, that whole situation
Yeah.
is what in Florida they're now
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
forcing people to continue the rest of their pregnancy with their unborn child, and if they have, I believe it's Potter syndrome, they
Yes. I heard
have
about that.
to continue their pregnancy term, which is what full term, 40 weeks.
Yeah. Because with Roe versus Wade, you cannot have an abortion after 15 weeks. From what I read about this couple, they found out during, I guess, like some type of was after the 15 weeks. So because of that, they said that there were certain standards that if you did realize that there was something possibly wrong with the child or anything, that you could still go ahead and have a late term one. And they are refusing. And I mean, they are trying to appeal to everyone. And so now with what the Potter syndrome does, it affects the kidneys. So the problem is that more than likely the baby would die during while being delivered. So because the baby's not getting enough amniotic fluid, so the baby's not properly like using the bathroom or anything like that. And it's really wild to think that they're going to force you to still go to 37 weeks and then terminate pregnancy. It's like it's going to hurt with the child passing away anyway. It's definitely going to hurt having to go through this process and know that this is going to happen. And I'm like, for all that, you might as well tell her that she can't do it. You gotta have a baby, and you have to grieve because you're gonna grieve either way. You know, no one wins in this situation. No one. And I'm like, that's really wild that they would put her in that position.
Oh, the people like her mental, like you're not only affecting her, you know, just with the grieving, but you don't know how everyone's mental, their mental placement is. Like this
Yeah,
could really dramatically affect her, like send her over the edge. Like,
yeah,
I mean, and not even just her husband, her family members, like it's
yes,
so much more behind it, just saying, oh well, because we changed this, now you can't do this. What?
exactly. And then like we're all moms, so I can't imagine sitting here like it's already, you hear these tragic stories, but it's already hard enough. Like put it like this, being pregnant is a job in itself. Then you being pregnant, like okay, I have like looking at what you were pregnant for. You were pregnant for this child. They grow up, they do these things. You're just excited to sit there and see the world through their eyes. To sit there and be forced to go through this process and you feel baby kicks and everything, like that sounds like it is depressing every day.
Mm-hmm.
And to know that you're not gonna have your baby at the end, that's wild. To pre-plan a funeral for a baby, and then let's say that the baby does make it and like make it through the delivery process, but you still know that your child's gonna be passing away soon. I'm like, at this point, don't even you might as well not even give her the option to terminate the baby at 37 weeks because that's wild. You might as well just let her go and just sit here and hold the baby, and then the state, so somebody need to they owe this family because that's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
The genetic testing was to give parents the choice because a lot of these illnesses and things now, depending on where you're coming from and how much money you have, if you're have an impoverished lifestyle, you can't sustain this child that may have special needs or things like that. Like all these things were in place for a
Mm-hmm.
reason to help people because there's some people that are like, I don't even want to put my child through that or make my child go through that, but you're going to make them do this? You're going to hurt them family like this? But I'm so glad that when I read the article, I'm so glad that she does have a very supportive husband. Like he's pissed as well, and he's like, they're going to force us to do this. And then it's to the point that their healthcare providers, they were like, well, if you go to another state, you can go ahead and get it done there. And they're like, we don't have the money to do that. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, this is terrible. But that's what happens when people try to
Some people
control women's
mental
bodies.
warfare on her.
Exactly.
Mm.
Well, I guess we can go right from that into the pandemic craziness because that's crazy enough. So in Memphis, Tennessee, there was a mass shooting where one person is dead and nine others were injured at, I don't know if it's Live nightclub or if it's gonna be Live nightclub. I don't know. I don't know why people keep going to these nightclubs and shooting people. Um, when I went out on Saturday, I was sitting here, I just kept looking around. I'm like, dang, do I really want to be here? And please, I went to the movies on Friday and I'm like, dang, do I really want to be here? Because it doesn't seem like it's anywhere safe that you can go and not get shot. Like you can't win in the house. You can't win going to the store. You can't do nothing. So I think we need to make bunkers. Okay. We're gonna
Yeah.
go, we're gonna make some bunkers because
I mean, at
this
this point, it's just getting too wild and too hectic. Just like
yes.
I believe I was reading earlier this morning, I believe 6 people were shot in PG County. Within I think it was like a between 24 to 48 hours span. 6 people were shot, and I think a few of them were fatalities. But either way, 6 people got shot. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, what
Yeah.
gun control, something. I mean, I don't know at this point because it seems like that anybody can get a gun, especially with these
Yes.
ghost guns. Because I actually watched a special on that and saw how they were made, and
Right.
it's crazy because of the loophole. you're buying parts. So technically they're not selling you a gun because you're buying parts. Then you have to order somewhere else to get some other parts and then put it together yourself. So once you put it together yourself, it becomes a firearm. So the people that are selling you the parts can't really get in trouble per se because it's just parts.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope because the guy who actually started it, they tried to file charges against him and he sued the shit out of the government. And they basically, like, he really countersued them and they was like, you know what, we'll just drop the charges. But it's nothing they can do because he's only selling parts. He's not selling an actual firearm because when he sells it to you, it doesn't fire, it doesn't do anything.
Dang.
So it's actually really good. It comes on every Wednesday. It's called Traffic, the show. Yeah, another unknown. I watch stuff like that. Whatever. Moving on. But
No,
yeah.
hey. But these are things, no, you know what? No, we're not going to say that because you know what? Here on YouTube, we respect the policies and the guidelines that are given here. Here we go. Yep. The continent of Africa is splitting into, according to geologists, they have confirmed that a new ocean is being created as the African continent is split in half. An international effort has revealed that a 35-mile-long rift appeared in the Ethiopian deserts of the Far region back in 2005 and is probably the start of a brand new sea. Now, here's the crazier part about it. Nek Nek found an article that was talking about how this man, he was, I believe, a farmer?
Mm-hmm. And
He went out back.
his house.
Yes, he went out back, y'all. He went out back. And he came out there and he's looking like, hold on, what's going on here? And it shows the video. There is this huge line, what is it, line of demarcation in the ground. And it looked like somebody really came through and just ripped it apart.
Mm-hmm.
It is the craziest thing I have ever seen. But as I think about it, I was talking to my beloved and I mentioned this to him and he said, well, the core of the earth, he said, it's like getting really hot. He said everything. He said, remember last summer? I said, yeah, last summer was the first time in my life that I ever felt like my skin was going to burn off. I love being hot. I'm cold right now. I cannot stand being cold, but I love being hot. But I remember last summer that that was the first time that I could feel, you know,
Mm-hmm.
what being skin burnt felt like. Like I had it happen to me once before. I didn't think it could happen to me, right? I thought I was like too dark for that. And I want to say, so let's see. So like summer 2021, I started noticing it. Last year though, last year was terrible. And I could feel my skin boiling. But then it's the more you think about it and you think about the way that like right now, our weather, like right now, today was 61 degrees. It's supposed to be like 39 on Saturday. That's crazy.
But
California is about to have a snowstorm.
it's about to be 77 on Thursday.
Oh, okay. Now hold on. Okay, 77 Thursday. Oh,
Thursday
right. Okay.
was 77. So let's dial back a little bit more. Tuesday 59. Wednesday 47, 70% chance of rain. 77 on Thursday. Then
That's 30 degrees.
Right, 60 with wind on Friday. And then like you said, Saturday is 38. And then Monday we back at 51.
And here's the crazy part. My little brother, he lives in San Diego. They're preparing for a snowstorm. This snowstorm, I believe, is supposed to hit tomorrow. Yes. So he called me this evening. Yes, he called me this evening prior to us recording. And I'm like, I don't know what to say because like, we got a huge age gap between us. And I'm like, your years in Maryland, you don't really remember how heavy that snow was. Then he moved to Atlanta, so he really didn't have snow down there. And see, my early childhood years was in Ohio. Ain't nothing about Ohio but snow. Nothing but. So I don't know how he's gonna prepare for this.
We didn't even get no snow.
Exactly.
Milk and bread.
Listen, I told him, I was
Nope.
like, actually, I'll be honest. I said, hey, I said, I'm gonna call you back. I'm about to record the podcast. I'm gonna call you back.
Oh, you left him on red.
I mean, he was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, you already knew I was doing this. You already knew I was doing this prior to the weather happening the way it was. You knew I was doing this. So I'm gonna make a call. It's the hours difference, a 3 hour difference. So it's still early over there. He'd be all right. But yeah, it's real out here. But yeah. So
But
oh,
wait, what brand new seas? Like, how is this creating new oceans, considering that it's still in the same body of water? So is not it? Well, yeah, it is. That just sounds stupid.
I
Whatever.
think it's
Are the other seas and whatnot gonna just all collide and meet? But we have seas and stuff like that now, if that makes sense. Like where
I think it's
the
because of the fact of where it's splitting at, that the water that was, the water that surrounded it is now because it's going to separate the land. Now the water's going to start coming into it. So that's why they're just going to create. So put it like this.
so they're creating
It's
shift reason is what I'm hearing, because I believe it's the Atlantic and what the Pacific, and no, not the Pacific, it's the Atlantic and the Indian on
Yes,
both,
an Indian Ocean.
I believe.
Mhm.
And
Hmm.
so all they're gonna do is meet like all the rest of them do, but we're just gonna make up some new shit because that's just the right thing to do. Okay, cool.
They just, I don't know, put it like this. People just be sitting around coming up with stuff every day. And they're like, you know what? I'm thinking we should say ocean. Okay, that's the name of this. This is Oceanim. So yeah, somebody's gonna come with a new language. And I'll be honest, from what I understand, over in South Africa, I don't think they still claim African, but I hear that they're really racist over there. So honestly, if this could happen up there in the South African area, right there in that one spot, I think a lot of stuff could change over there. This could be a win for the people. I don't know. I saw this video and it showed the extreme level of racism with South Africans. But you know what I found funny? When Trump said that I didn't know that Elon Musk was from South Africa. And so he said that Twitter is now owned by, he's like, Twitter is now owned by an African. And I'm like, what African you talking about? My Africans don't look like that I seen. And then
Mhm.
next, and then the way he got the hair and all that other stuff, it was a lot. But never mind.
No,
That's
but it's a
totally
lot
off.
of white people. It's a lot of white people in South Africa though. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
that, nor here or there. We're gonna get
yeah,
back to our common African
yeah.
people. You know what time it is, ladies. Go
Yes.
ahead, get those
BMF.
get your
Oh
get your
yeah, Nek Nek, we ain't have you properly prepared, baby. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay,
oh,
okay.
let me the
Oh, she
button.
came up. Yeah, she got the white fur. Yeah.
It's
Nek
giving
Nek like what you thought.
a lot vibes.
Yes. You said Lala. Don't do that. She's not a predator. Don't do that. Lala's a predator.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we're
Mm,
finally back to our favorite topic. I mean, the Super Bowl was cool and all, but we're
it
finally
was.
back. We're back,
Yes.
guys.
Yes, we are. Hold on,
So
hold on. Yeah. I should have known. Yes. Breaks up. That is hilarious.
woo,
Woo! Yep.
that's all I can say is woo.
I know. That's. I look. I wanted to pick up my cup again. I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. But I'm gonna
This
do it.
is juice.
Mm.
But yeah.
That was because we had to take a second stop since they wasn't on, like you said.
You, but
Disrespectful.
I don't know who to start with this week because it seemed like Audacity is at it, not even at an all-time high. That Audacity is 80% off this motherfucking week. It's
Um,
80%.
it is. It is. Okay. Let's see.
Cause Charles, we're gonna start there because I can't hold it no
No,
more.
no. Charles got to wait to the end. Charles got to wait to the end, yo. Charles got to
Fine.
wait to
We will
Charles because last time we left off on a debate about Charles if he was
you're
right or
right.
wrong.
You're right.
So
So we'll pick
let's
up. You're right. You're absolutely right.
let's
So
start with
look,
let's start with Terry and Meech. They come back in town because remember last time on the last episode, Lamar he went over to their mammy house had that thing on him, and he was ready. He was ready to blow a wig back. Whoa, click, clack, push a wig back. Bam! You know what I'm saying? He was ready. He was ready. But Lucille, she lived to be able to, be here with Charles again. But
The power
yes,
of prayer.
the power of prayer, because we all knew she was about to be gone. She knew she was about to be gone too.
Glory.
But we can start over there and talk with so Terry and Meech, they back in town and scene.
They're back. Of course, Terry got what was it? I think it was a Uzi or a Mac 10.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh, what is this, Suzuki?
Yes, with no sides.
A Suzuki with the no windows and no top, but whatever.
No,
Like a fake. It's like a
in
mini.
Detroit.
It's like a tiny Jeep, but
Yeah. And very quick side fact, I want you to know, like I said, I'm from Ohio. Michigan is right next to it. Right behind Michigan is the water that leads over to Canada. It is extremely cold in Detroit. It is extremely cold. It is hot in the summer, but it is extremely cold. So I'm like, why would you ever even have this vehicle? But I guess this was the thing at the time. And this meant that they had money because they have this vehicle with no sides and no roof when Detroit is filled with nothing but snow and scene.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, so they cool, whoopie woo. And then they, they're like, they got to get him. Which
Yeah.
you showed us my mom's house, you know what I'm saying? But our whatever the Lamar and Meech's baby mother, I forgot her name.
Oh.
I really forgot her name. But anywho, she basically was telling, Meech, you got to come up with a better plan. You can't come at a street nigga with street shit.
Yep.
But even still, their plans failed. They
Yes.
they recruited the PA niggas just to get them waxed out. I'm like, bruh. And they seemed like they was pretty thorough, but that's nor here nor there. And then now you done got them killed. My man over here being a damn sniper, shooting niggas from under the cars.
No. Lamar nice. I ain't gonna lie.
He is. And then fast forward into that when he beat the dude up for his dog.
First of all, yes, Blackie. And I've been waiting. Okay, I made sure to remember this line just for the show, right? He was like, see, yeah, I see you. Wait, hold up. Yeah, I see you. I'm gonna call you Blackie. Because you black and beautiful, just like me. I was like, oh my God.
But bro, he fucking brought the dog to his cousin's house. His cousin was like, I know you ain't eat both of them Hungry Man meals. He was, yeah, I gave one to Blackie. What? You eating the dog Hungry Man meals and leaning on the dog like.
Then he made him apologize to the dog. And he was like, apologize to him. I said, apologize to him.
Like, bro, it's a dog. And
he was like, sorry, Blackie. I'm like, oh.
He be tripping. He passionate about things he loves. I will say that. He is very passionate about stuff that he loves. He gonna do what he gotta do to.
And we can't forget the way that he started out. He came in that scene, that whole episode, he came in hot. Meek and Terry, their homeboy, he came in there. He go in the studio. He goes into like the record store, and he's like, "Yeah, all right, I'm about to leave. I gotta go pick up my son." My man had the fresh fade. He had the color in there. Had his blonde piece. Had on his all white suit. Had on, his all white fit and everything. All white, fresh jeans. And the way that Lamar came out from nowhere, and it's like I could just feel it. They were showing too much of him peeing outside, and I was like, okay, y'all can stop. And then I'm like, he's still going. I need to go see a doctor. Next thing Lamar come out with that thing, and
he blew it back. Like he didn't say that. As soon as he tried to pull his joint out,
yeah,
damn, and then he was like. Like, really, bro?
Yo, Tay, what he do? What he do?
Set me up. That's all you get. That's what you get. Just get a little bit each week. Okay. Get a little bit more theatrics next week. Stay tuned.
Yes.
Oh God.
Okay. So, we gotta talk about Oh my gosh, the police officer, what is
Right?
he? Yes, him
Yeah,
and
him
the
and her. I forgot her name, but whoo,
ooh.
whoo,
Oh wait, so
whoo.
we gotta bring it back to Terry. They're on their stakeout. I'm sorry. The black police officer who has a vendetta, who is determined to take Meech down. Him and the lady who is his partner that he don't never want to tell her nothing. Then they go on a stakeout and they following Terry. They trying to see where Terry going. Who Terry go get? Who Terry go get? Who he get? Who he get?
What?
Markeisha
Hello,
and the
crunching.
children. What you say? What did you call them? What did you say?
He was crunching, crunching.
Oh, crunch. Oh my God. Yes. Oh my gosh. And he going to pick up her and her kids because she's like, boom, tripping again. Hold on. I should have brought my umbrella over here. Boom, tripping again. Put us out in the rain. Me and the kids. Come on, I got you. Come on. And he go and grab him. I'm like,
But wasn't he just with freaking what's his baby mother name? I forgot her name. The baby mother. He was just with the baby mother not too long ago taking family pictures. So what are we doing? I clearly the apple don't fall too far from the tree, but
oh, so now you want to go with my man Charles. All right.
no,
Fine.
we're gonna finish talking about Bryant and his partner because
Yes.
that was out of line. Like what? You know, I could take care of that for you. What?
Right. And I kept
like,
I was like, 50, please no. I kept thinking, 50, please no. I don't want to see no scenes and none of that. You can imply it all you want.
We have to watch Charles.
But Charles, technically, what Charles was like, hey, they ain't gonna be sleeping on me now. All right, they gonna get this profile. Y'all see my back, y'all see my structure.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna screw up. But yeah,
I would rather see Charles than Brian. Brian, I don't nobody want to see that. No one wants to see that, okay? Because when I was sitting here, like I'll be honest, I started getting nervous. The more he kept adjusting his jacket, I'm like, oh God, no. And I'm like 50. Because I'm thinking like, yo, when you had Ghost do it, we was all for it. When you had Tommy do it, we was all for it. Even when he did it, we were like, I'm here for it. But wasn't nobody trying to know. And so I'm so glad. I do thank you, 50. Thank you. Thank you. He knew that that's not what the people needed. And we did it. But yes, the fact that they got all hot and heavy watching Terry over there hold on. Imagine. Okay, so again, we're all mothers, right? So now imagine, well, we don't really want to imagine this because this is actually a case of being a pedophile. But imagine you're a mother and you call your 17-year-old little thing and you're like, can you come get me and my kids? And now he come and get y'all. He get y'all a hotel room. Y'all gonna go stay in the hotel room and everything. But at no point in time was you thinking that a 17-year-old is taking care of me right now. You know what I'm saying? He saved me and my kids. I don't know how I feel about that. And I know, Shanika, that we talk about, the soft girl era and all this stuff. I don't think I could be that level of soft, like not no 17-year-old soft, even though he got money. Even though he got money.
That's not soft. No. That's a pervert.
That is a predator. You are correct. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Because first of all, as soon as when she first was like, well, do you think we can stay at your house? He was like, yeah, I can get y'all a room.
Right. Yeah. I thought he was going to say he lived in his parents' house.
What's up with you? What you got on the back end? Because clearly.
But at the same time, though, he's 17, so he really could have a dope answer, like, I'm staying with my parents right now, da da da. He had a whole lot of things.
Got bread. Well, they kind of low right now, but he got bread. He had enough money to put her up in a room, so they got something. But if you out here doing what you're doing, making moves how you moving, she's assuming you got money. Mm-hmm. She's assuming you got your place.
That's true. And then she made sure to leave that in her letter to say, I need somebody who could take care of me financially, da da da. And I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, like, but why you acting like Boom ain't had you out here working? Like, you wasn't working at the bank. Like, you talking about secure, like, when you say the security.
Munched on. That's why she went. He knew he was going to do it right. So she wanted to get that top first. Well,
in the spirit of munch season, Valentine's Day. and great weekends. Here we go. All right, there we go. Lala, here we go. We don't support the antics, but we understand the movement.
Mm.
Now 17, you wild.
Hello, that part. But
Yeah.
we're gonna skip over because they're boring.
Well, let's see.
Charles.
Let's go. Let's go to Charles. Let's go to Charles. Okay, I knew you couldn't wait to talk about this. So what did Charles do right this week? What did Charles do right this week?
Right this week. What? Because he took Lucille out, but he sat there and lied straight to her face. Well, I thought you was having an affair, Charles. So I asked Sister So and So at the church, and he's looking like.
No, what's funny with his face? She's like, he hit the like.
He looking like he's slightly appalled, but he knows he's guilty of it. And then furthermore, you tapped it again. Didn't he tap it again before they went out?
No, that was after.
Okay, he went. Okay,
so he went over there to Mabel.
You're right. He did do one thing, a smidget fucking right, which was over there and end it. But then he folded as soon as she opened her dress. Second, she trifling because she know he married, and then she be smiling up in his wife's face on stage. Right. See, there's people like that will make me lose my religion and forget that I'm in church. Because I'm telling you, on site, Shorty would have got dope with no question days. I would have dragged her ass across the pulpit, and it would have been that. She would have been up in the fucking crumbs.
Okay.
But carry on. But yeah, Charles, I'm very disappointed in him because you shouldn't have folded a second time. And you want your marriage to work because clearly you don't want that shit to work. You folded again and probably gonna fold again.
But let's be clear though. Charles really ain't. I was disappointed in Charles for all the wrong reasons though. I was disappointed because Shorty, you only cracked her one time. You owed her nothing. He could have kept on right moving. All right.
No, put them titties on his back. Yo,
that was so funny. I have never seen a man in heat before and be like, "Oh, she giving me favor," but that I don't know. I mean, I see how he got the role, and because that shake and I'm like,
I'm sorry.
Remember,
a man like I don't know, maybe because I'm not a guy, but I'm not gonna be. Like I don't even do that as a female. Like
you start thinking I've never heard a man do that, and I'm glad, and I don't want to.
Have you ever done that as a female? Had that much shiver where you about to damn near melt?
No. But you know what's even funnier though is the robe she had on, right? So it made me start thinking. I kept rewinding that part, so it made me think of when Mike started talking about the moo-moos and all that other stuff, right? And I was like, nah, she really got the house robe, and she looked like. You can't even. No, here we go. You can't even look at me. And then he turned around. And then she go. And then he like. No, like, what did he do? Like. And then when he turned around and saw her, he like. And he looked like, girl, yep, one more time for the get-go. And I'm like, oh wow, Charles. But he owed her nothing.
And gave her a little longer ride this time.
I was about to ask if he went longer than 90 seconds.
Yes, I was happy for him. I'm like, if you're gonna risk it, make it worth it. Like,
risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, and don't risk it for the biscuit. And then it's like, yo, you ain't got no apple butter. Like, what is this? What are we doing here, Popeyes? What's going on?
And then it blows me because it's like Lucille's actually trying. Like, she's real legit trying. She wants her marriage to work. She's communicating more. Go ahead. Because we know you anti-Lucille, so go ahead.
I'm not anti-Lucille. Okay. I just want to say that when I give my answers, I think about the way that I would have handled certain things, right? So, for instance, in this situation right here, like I said, I'm a divorcee. Now, I understand that when you with somebody, when you get married, you say for better or for worse, right? And if it's certain things that you're not doing, somebody gonna make sure they get done. Now, think about that. That can come down to even something small. If you want to get a TV put up on the wall or something like that, think about. It's very easy.
We see he was over there fixing the ceiling fan, and now he's in
exactly. Look, he can dance. You know what I'm saying?
He's supposed to be fixing cabinets. Oh, you in the right cabinet? No, he was looking for it.
thinking with Lucille, I mean, okay, so now you want to go out to nice places, right? So he's like, okay, cool. I'm gonna take you somewhere nice and we're gonna see how this goes. Now, what I did, I'll be honest though, I do like the way that they had it did look very realistic that Charles, this is like, no, I really, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have done it. But I came over here to tell you he never should have went over there. Okay, hold on. He never should have went over there. And he did not owe owed Mabel nothing. Like I said, he could have let that go. But it seemed like he's like, I'm gonna take Lucille out and everything. But Lucille, she keep on putting on this same dress from J.C. Penney's. And I'm like, you done already got the credit card in the girl's name. Run it up. Go in there. Go get some more. This all like this. This all you got? That's the problem, Lucille. That's the problem. Okay. I'm not entertained. But yes, you had a question, Tay.
But why did it take for him to step out to finally want his wife to a nice place when clearly we saw you had the money all along to take her somewhere nice? You chose not to.
You know why? Because she was so upset about working at Wendy's. He like, all right, cool. You're not happy.
She was working at Wendy's.
Yeah, she was working at Wendy's.
She was the drive-through cashier joint. I don't want to say joint, but the drive-through cashier joint at Wendy's.
Nah, she was the cashier joint. Girl, Meech pulled up on her and everything. He pulled up on her and he tried to give us some money. So imagine, I can't imagine me pulling up on my mom at the drive-through at Wendy's and I'm going to show her that I got it. And I go ahead and I'm trying to give her a knock to the window. And she's like, I ain't going to take this. And I'm like, you wild. And that's your son and he want to get that to you? Like, you don't want him to take them penitentiary chances, but I mean, baby, it's consequences to this. And you're going to do that time. Like, I'll support you. But you're going to be doing that time by yourself. You got other options out here, but you ain't get caught yet. So I'm going to take this and go get a nice dress. She ain't take that. No, what she do? Take out a credit card in her daughter's name. So like, what's worse? Your son, yes, he's selling drugs to people that want the drugs. He's not selling them to people that don't want it. But you then decide you're going to mess up your daughter's future credit. Lucille went too far. She went too far. But
she did. But I just feel like she shouldn't have had to go through all those hoops and loops to finally get her man to take her somewhere.
He shouldn't have had to go and mess with Mabel to realize, what I appreciate what he was like. I appreciate what I got at home.
He should have been on the church trip with Nicole and Lucille. He should have went on the church trip. Then he wouldn't be in the predicament that he's in. But no.
A great thing that I would give if my children wasn't sitting across from me, sleep. But, the possibilities were endless for Charles if he would have went on the church retreat. But no, here he is. Now there he is at Mabel house again.
I'm going to say that because it's a church retreat. But he don't know.
Listen, they be the worst ones. What?
Exactly. He don't know what could have went down on the church retreat. He might have had a 2-for-1 for all we know. Doubt it, but
there you go. Thank you.
Know what I'm saying? Like
you found the right verbiage. If I had it, I would have said it. There you go. Yep.
But he's digging himself deeper into the hole. Me personally, and that was his hole.
What are you saying?
Me personally, I don't think he's gonna stop dealing with Mabel. I don't think that was,
Mabel.
It wasn't Long's last time.
Oh no, he ain't leaving chocolate alone. He not leaving chocolate alone.
I don't watch the show, but I'm a root for him.
Please do, because somebody do, because my man, he's too up and down. 1 minute, he don't want nothing to do with his sons. Next minute, as soon as they get in trouble, he pulling out a wad of money. Mind you, it's shit in his house that needs to be taken care of. And then you got your wife over here messing up your daughter's credit, but you had the money the whole time. And then you go and cheat on your poor wife, and she's just trying to make things right. And then now, after you done cheated, you want to act right and try to take her out. But then you take her out and then go double back. Like, what are we doing, Charles?
The last one was an accident.
Not spinning the block this time.
He's the first time you got caught up. The first time you got caught up, and you could say that was just all hormones, but that second time. That second time.
I can't give you that. There's no caught up. There's no accident. There's none of that, because you knew going over there. You knew when y'all was dancing under the cellophane, we supposed to be fixing it.
No, first of all,
broke. It didn't even look broke.
Okay.
And you tipping around. Like, no, you have a nice, wholesome church woman at home. And you know the church drinks be the freaks.
But is she?
It's Lucille. Oh, go ahead. I'm gonna tag you in. I'm gonna tag you in.
So here's my thing on this, right? When she decided to go get Preacher Snoop, okay, whatever his name is in there. I want to call him Pastor Elroy, but I feel like I'm wrong. But last time I said her name was Lucille, and I said I'm gonna call her Lucille. I forgot that her name was really Lucille. We go with Pastor Elroy. Well, she decided I'm gonna go to Pastor, and I'm gonna complain about issues in my marriage. And she's like, and I found these worldly magazines. You was complaining about magazines. Magazines. He wasn't cheating on you. You ain't even want him to have that. He wasn't cheating on you. So now, because you already mad, I'm gonna give you a reason to get mad.
Okay, but no, not even that. You saw the magazines, cool, but it was the flirting that also simmered around those magazines. The magazines just opened up the pot, and then with him, they over there playing the guitar, and she ooh and all that bullshit, like and you're face to face, like, y'all, oh, this is it, this is our moment. And it ain't like, when most musicians, they vibing, you like, oh, they really vibing. Yeah, it was a little too much vibe in their vibe. Like, we cheesing and we all praising the Lord and shit. You don't need to be that close to me while you're clapping. You're supposed to be on the tambourines. I got the guitar going. I'm not understanding why we're that close. Because now it probably sounds a little funny because we're so close.
Yeah, and it did. So that's why Lucille went to the wrong one. And I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of hoping that the girl was gonna swing on Lucille. I was kind of hoping for that. I really was, just because of the fact that Lucille came over and I used to with my husband. But like, no.
She didn't come at her all rah rah like most joints would have. Like, you sleeping with my husband, but this is also a Barbara and Shirley moment.
It is. And see, now we got to realize, like, when you, like, just watching that, I saw all the ways that could have went, right? Like, and again, I speak from a lot of different aspects because, see, like, I'm a side chick, baby, okay? So I know my role in society so it's like, I'm telling you, I can relate to this stuff on a whole nother levels because I've seen it in front of me. I've seen what it does, and I'm a product of it, and there is something else. So hopefully, as long as Mabel don't end up pregnant,
is he
then it ain't gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be some shit at church.
Listen, you never know, because I mean,
it's gonna be some shit at the church because you don't really. I'm speaking from now terms, but you don't fuck it. You don't have no trust bitches that just because you see somebody that you dealt with, a while ago. How can I word this? Okay, so previous engagements that I've had, I can always tell a female that he used to deal with before me. And it's like, y'all over here acting all weird and shit and being, like trying to be standoffish, like, oh, like.
Yeah, being extra hot.
And speak. By all means, please speak. Yes. I already picked on your vibes. So I already know what's up. Y'all may not have physically done anything, but you may have talked to them or whatever the case may be. I've already picked up the vibes. Right. And people don't realize that. I'll say a lot of men don't realize that, and some females that do be acting scary, because to me, that's a scary ass trait.
It is.
I can see somebody I dealt with and be with somebody that I'm with now and be like, what's up? Dap you up, keep pushing. I'm not gonna be like, ooh, he's here too. Oh no. Hey, how are you doing? Keep it going.
That's called being grown.
Right, be grown. I might have a conversation with you. Shit, depending upon how things transpired and ended.
Exactly. You're right. But We're gonna see how this goes.
It's gonna be some shit at the church because Mabel is gonna be hot and she's gonna be jealous because he chose to go back home. But then she thinking in the back of her head, I didn't hit that
again.
Man.
Right.
Yeah. And it's one of those things that I realized, because like I said, I don't really see it for Charles, but it makes me again think of 227. And it was Lester, and they come to some Lester is fine. And I remember being little looking at this man like, no, he's not. No, he's not. And so they were like, Mary, you gotta Mary, all that stuff and everything. And it's like, who want Lester? But the more I thought about it, I had to realize again that he was a working man. He's taking care of his family. And so it's a lot of people that, like, I'll be honest, back when I was married, the amount of people, you get more people attracted to you because of the fact that you're married. They're like, ooh, he the settling down type. But that man belongs to someone. Someone has papers on him. And then just like with women, I had a man, he hit on me and I had a ring. I was like, sir, I'm married. He was like, girl, I'm married too. He had a huge ring. And I'm like, you wild, but these people, they don't care. And Charles at a point in his life, he's like, my wife already work at Wendy's. She already think I'm less of a man because she work at Wendy's. I have nothing less to lose. Mabel, what's up, baby? I'm trying to see something. And then guess what? He went ahead, he got it cracking. He living his best life. But I will see. We will see how this further goes. We've spent more than enough time on this. Neat. So now, darling, we bring you into the fold. This right here, this segment right here is especially dedicated to one of our loyal followers.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nek.
So since y'all was holding Charles accountable, I'm gonna hold ourselves accountable.
All right.
First, we would like to apologize to a current card-carrying member of the Passport Bros.
Yes, Lord.
An angry DM about the way they were being portrayed. I do not want to be offensive to anyone. So if you were offended, I do apologize. I said what I said. I do believe in, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But I will hold myself accountable because that's not my intent to offend anybody or anything like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and let's also not forget to mention the fact that they did too admit that they are a current and supporting member of the Passport Bros. So whilst everything that we say here, this is just a reminder. We saw the messages. You are a card carrying member, and you said it. Go ahead, Nek Nek.
But
I said it.
Back end.
Okay, on the back end. Yes, on the back end.
I'm just pulling in more accountability. Like basically what we touched on last week. We did say what we said or whatever. I felt like it wasn't fully comprehended per se.
Understood.
We're not, yes, we're Black women. So yes, some of us are going to be upset about our Black men jumping ship. But at the same time, like we said about back then and during Charles, he's a working man. He's taking care of home. He's being a man. So not saying you don't have, like, a woman's not supposed to contribute or to pay something in the household by any means, but he's being a man. He's taking care of his home. So therefore, when you take care of your home, you allow your woman to be submissive. And when you allow your woman to be submissive, you no longer have to become a passport bro.
Indeed.
That's all we're basically saying in a nutshell. But carry on, Nek.
Yeah. Also, again, like she said, create a safe space.
Yes.
I be soft as butter. Soft as Charmin. I'm soft. I'm a marshmallow. Don't make me be masculine
at all.
And then expect for me to be the softest female you've ever met.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Definitely ain't gonna happen. But I'm not trying to do that. I did have this conversation over the weekend where we were talking about the soft women, accountability, and all that stuff. And it was brought to my attention that basically now, of course, social media plays a major role in how some people live their lives or how they try to dictate how they want their lives to be, and how we were raised. Most of us were raised upon make sure you got your own, make sure you got your own, don't depend on anybody. Then you had some other aspects where you don't need a man for nothing, blah, 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 blah. And like I said last week, we all need somebody. We were here to procreate. Like we need each other, regardless of, oh, I don't need a man or I don't need a woman. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
It brings another side of you, either a nurturing side or a more tougher side if you're a super soft female, whatever you want to say. But I just thought that was interesting because he was right. We were raised like that. We were taught to think like that. So, not siding with the passport bros, but I could also see from their side and saying, well, look at how some of you women act.
And again, I don't want to give the wrong message. I don't care if you're a black man and you date a blue person, a yellow person, a purple person, whatever you want to date. Love is love. I don't care about that. You don't have to try to discredit or take away the shine from one to praise another. Exactly. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah, I agree.
But they were also raised like that. They were raised to cater to their men, but despite the circumstances where they got multiple wives or they're in an abusive relationship or whatever the case may be, they were taught to respect and to cater to their men. But once again, on the backside, their men are being men, despite the little bullshit in the middle, wives and all that. They're still being men. They're taking care of their homes. So therefore, yes, they were raised like that, but you're more inclined to have a submissive woman because of how she was raised and, you know, her values, beliefs, and all that stuff.
And see, I think I was fortunate enough to have two different viewings growing up. My grandparents, they were married, and my mom was a single mom. So I got to see the duality of each one. I got to see when my mom was in a relationship versus when she was single. And my grandparents, they, in my mind, were like the fucking Huxtables. Okay. You know, they had the perfect family, 3 kids. My grandfather, he went to work. My grandmother stayed home. She baked, she cooked, whatever he wanted. Boom, it was on the table. So, I mean, being submissive is something that's easy. I actually do see myself being a wife and things of that nature. So that's second nature for me. However, while I am single, I have to get things done. Sometimes I don't have the time and energy to be soft. I got to get this done.
Yeah. And that's very true.
Again, I understand where the passport bros are coming from.
I do as well.
But before you go and dismiss and discredit one, understand that there are some here that are what you're looking for. Maybe your approach is off.
Exactly. I agree because you may not have come across them just because there's others like I have never dated one man that was just like another man or just like another man. Everybody is different. There could be a similar quality. So like, all right, what? Because he like basketball and the other one like basketball and the other one like basketball. They just alike. No, they're not. They don't even like the same teams. You know what I'm saying? But it still comes down to the fact of your experience with one person should not make you discount a whole race. Now, if that's what you decide that you want to do, cool. But, and like, you know, that's almost as bad as when, see, here's the funny thing. So with passport bros, their reason, again, like you said, is they want somebody that's going to be submissive, is going to listen, not going to talk back and do whatever they say. And, you know, it's from what I'm understanding. But then you've got the other side where if a woman says, well, oh, I like a man, he got to be over 6 feet, he got to make this amount of money, then that's a problem. So that's crazy right there, right? Because women can't have a standard for what they want, but men can. Or then let's change it. Everybody can have a standard for whatever you want. Just don't be mad when somebody doesn't like what you said out your mouth, because there's not always going to be somebody that's going to agree with you. And at the same time, I got one homegirl that I talk to every Sunday. Me and her, we talking, we in here cooking dinner every Sunday. We up here, we talking, we going to the grocery store, we trading recipes and everything. And it's really wild. I told her, I said, yo, we like a little too young to be doing all this. I mean, we gonna do it, but still fine. And it's like, oh, okay, your man coming over, what you making? Oh, girl, no, don't put that, make this is this. So cool. So then, but if I do have company or something, or, if I, do have, baby over or something at dinner, I go ahead and be ready. You be ready by a certain time because you just had a long day at work. I have it ready for you. But that's because you actually treat me like something and you make me feel like you didn't had a hard day. If I had some slippers
Mhm.
here for him, hey, I bring the slippers to the door. You know what I'm saying? Because, you show me that level of love, attention, and respect. So I think as long as the love is mutual on both parties and everyone feels appreciated, I think you can, you'll be able to find what you want and what you're trying to get out of a relationship. But again, we thank you, sir, for being a viewer of the show. And hopefully this answers any future questions or any extra thing you needed to say to us. But just know your message was received and your voice was heard. There we go. You like that? You like that? All right. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Here's a drink to that one because we made it, ladies. We made it.
Listen. Also, just to say, if they are running into the same person over and over again, maybe it's the
Yeah.
universe telling you something that you need to look into within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a dig or anything because the
It's
universe
not.
will humble anybody. Okay,
Yes.
anybody.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes
Very.
Real
dig
fucking quick.
within. Dig within. It's worth it.
Yeah.
Invest in yourself.
Yeah. Focus on yourself, King. Focus
Hey,
on yourself.
listen. Let's not be toxic in 2023, whether it be kings or queens. Can
Okay.
we
I'm
Well,
so sorry, King.
give
Please take
Charles
back
that
that statement.
yes. Yeah.
Wait,
give,
what you say about Charles?
but carry on, carry on, carry on.
What happened with
Why
Charles?
it always gotta be Charles' fault?
Because he's somebody need to deliver him that message.
He
But
confused, y'all. I don't watch the show, but he confused.
you're
Look,
right. You hit the nail on the head with that one. He is.
Charles is Charles is tired of his wife working at Wendy's too. You know how bad that is that he be at work and they be like, man, I just seen Lucille looking good in the drive-through. You know what I'm saying? That you ain't trying to make me feel a type
Has
of way
she
about
been
that.
there for like 15 years? Like, has she
She been
put
there
it
a minute.
down?
She been there a minute.
All right,
She
so
been
she might be close to retirement. She might as well go ahead and ride it out.
You know what? I'm done. I'm
I
done.
mean, you right. I mean, you right though, because she is at the drive-through. She could be the first, the head line cook. Not even the head line cook, the head fryer.
Hey,
I'm not.
Because
listen. She
I'm not.
like Darlene. She been there the longest in the restaurant. She smoking Mavericks out back by the dumpster.
I am doing this with you all today.
oh, just like remember on Popeye. Remember when Popeye started making the chicken biscuits, and I know y'all seen that meme of the lady sitting outside and she
Yes,
just
she
looking
was
down.
motherfucking tired.
You keep
But
dropping chicken sandwiches, and then you gotta make the nice brioche bun.
but you know what? We're not going to do that because you know what? These things are paying for people's bills and they are taking care of themselves and they're sustaining themselves. So Lucille knows that she might not want to be at Wendy's, but she's going to be there and she's going to be doing her job and taking care of her bills and adding in all the extra income that Charles was not able to do. But anyway, let's go. Let's take this topic. Let's go somewhere else. I have two questions for you, ladies. Can we get back to talking to our kids and raising our kids with values? Can we get back to that? Can we?
Absolutely.
Okay. What do you,
Absolutely. I talk to
I
my
agree.
kids.
I do too. And I got a 4-year-old, so it only goes so far right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of, right now it's still the fighting years. It's about still being active, woo woo,
Yeah.
real warfare. Okay.
Jumping off
I
of
love
shit.
Yeah.
it. Yes, definitely jumping off of things quite often, quite often. Like I'll be honest, as we're recording, he is laying next to me sleep right now. I'm so proud that he has not gotten up. I, hats off to you, sir. Hats off to you. But yeah, I think that I agree that because what I'm noticing, like with seeing my children go to school, like every day somebody's telling me they're getting hit, they're getting pushed, and the way that people are talking, and then even like for it comes down like now even to their lunches, they bring their lunches to school, and My daughter got up and left the table, and she had like some Jello, right? And she didn't get a chance to eat it yet, but she came back. Somebody took her food, right? So I'm like, wow. She got other kids. They come to school and they feel some type of way because I'm taking her and I'm walking her up to school along with her brother. And I didn't. It's one of the things that I'm doing something that I love to do and I wanted to have done to me. So I'm doing that for my kids. But it's other kids
You're a
that feel some type of way.
mother. You're a good mother.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
Are because I dropped mine off at the corner.
Mine ride the bus.
You know what? I I honestly do it because I remember when I couldn't do it. So like because of my work schedule, I used to work so far that I couldn't take my daughter to school. So I would see her at aftercare. So I would never be at her school for like the probably the first year she started school, but I'm glad to be able to be a part of this process now. It's been very interesting. And then it's like, help me to build a rapport with teachers or whatever. But more than that, but I'll be honest, they definitely are about to start riding the bus because I had to think about it. Like my daughter, she's getting ready to go to middle school next year. My son's gonna be in elementary school by himself. I need my man to know. I know he good on the hand game, so I know he gonna be good on that. But he need to know the way the bus works. So I'm like, I gotta put y'all on the bus so y'all can go ahead and do that. And then it works. It'll work great for me, but but still, it's things that people have become jealous of, and they trying to take it out on other people. And I had to realize that I'm like, dang, am I doing my children a disservice because I'm doing this?
No.
And I'm
No,
like,
I mean,
but it's
the other kids' feelings, but no, you're not doing them a disservice at all. You're showing them love. You're showing them somebody being there for them. You're giving them that extra sense of security. You're giving them that protection. So no, I mean, it sucks because the other kids don't get to experience that because I know exactly what you're talking about because I've went to my daughter's school and heard one of her, it was Mother's Day or something. I don't know. They always got shit there, but they were doing something there. And I went, one of the girls in the class commented was like, yeah, my parents, they never come to this type of stuff. And I was like, yee, I don't know. Hey, I was like, well,
Sorry
maybe
for ya.
work, their elementary smooth it over nice, but like skip over her comment.
Yeah, exactly.
So I get it, but you don't ever think you're doing them a disservice because of somebody else. But then you don't know, like other kids be like, oh, I've seen your mom, like that type of stuff makes
Yeah.
happen.
And
Well,
see,
that could
like,
be a good life lesson for them too. Just because you're getting love doesn't mean that somebody else's insecurity should affect you and what you're getting.
yeah,
They
just like
only
what they
mad because 9 times out of 10 they're not getting it, so it's strange.
exactly. And then even with down to like the lunches, like, yo, that joint is wild. I'm like, because y'all get lunch. So then it's like one of the girls, she, she put like this, her parents ain't put no money in her account, so she couldn't get lunch. So my daughter had some chips with her that she didn't like. And the girl wanted them. So she's like, man, she's so hungry at lunch, mom. Like, so my daughter is giving her food and everything. And I was like, all right, now hold up. Now hold on. Because what you eating? Because I don't want to hear all this. Because now I'm picking you up. Now you got all these expensive requests. Now you want to go to Chick-fil-A. You want to go to McDonald's. All this stuff that costs me. When I put some food in your lunchbox, that's cool. You want to help her, and I appreciate that. So it's like, okay, I'm raising her with the right values, but now you're going too far. Like, don't sit there and be hungry for her. Okay, her parents ain't care, and I care. So now I care that why are you giving her your food? Because at first I had to make sure. I'm like, what, you getting bullied or something? Because why are you giving your food up? And she was like, well, no, I didn't want this. I'm like, all right, well, cool. If you didn't want that, then fine. You can give that to her. But just know I'm not going to purchase it no more because I let the girl finish the rest of this type of chips that nobody like. Oh, yeah, she can have that because ain't nobody else going to eat in here. But that ain't my responsibility.
Be kind, but don't be a pushover.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm like, her parents knew that they ain't put no money on that girl account. So they sent their daughter to school to start. That ain't my fault. It's unfortunate. But
Yeah, but also should have still let her get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or something like that. Like you can't just not give her nothing. And
Well,
then
usually
they can just add it on the account and then the parent just have to come up with that money.
Yeah, usually a school, they'll have an account for a principal, and whoever doesn't have money, they could just charge it to the principal's account. But they cap it
Right.
And they're supposed to send out letters to let these parents know, but sometimes those letters don't get out until it's too late. And if the number don't work, they can't eat. But that ain't a command. If it's not communicated, unfortunately, the child is left out.
And this happened to this girl this was at the beginning of the school year. And I'm like, damn, it's only the second week of school. And they telling you no already? Already?
Right.
Like,
they still trying to figure out lunch numbers. But then also you can fill out the farms applications of free and reduced meals. You can fill that out at any point of the year. Yeah, they give you a deadline, but you can fill that out at any point in the year.
Exactly.
And they pretty much let you know kind of quick if it will get free. Right. And it seems like mostly everybody can qualify for free lunch. I don't even think they do reduce lunch anymore. I think it's just free, either free or you got to pay. Furthermore, school lunch is good to be paying for, but that's a whole nother conversation for another. That shit is trash. Like I love Michelle Obama, but baby, you should have just left things the way they were.
Listen,
with the healthy eating, she should have just left it the way they were, because you know the little circle pizzas that we used to get. They're
man,
wheat circle pizzas, and it don't taste. Yes, it's disgusting.
Oh God.
And then like they don't even do the boardwalk fries no more. They don't do the slushies no more.
No more pretzels.
No more pretzels with the salt. Like, you know how you used to get the little sandwiches, the English muffin with the cheese and the sausage?
Yes.
Everything is either whole grain or wheat.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to take a shot to being born in the 1900s when we actually had a lunch that we could go ahead and have. Yep.
Come on, sir.
Yeah, the syrup is even healthy. Like I went when I first
syrup,
bro. When I went, this was my first year in education. I'm like, oh, I forgot my lunch, but I'm like, oh, it's school lunch. You know, the drinks should be lit. So I'm like, I'm a burger, because the cheeseburgers used to be bomb back then.
They were.
I felt like the damn burger was wheat at this point. It was horrible. The bun was wheat. I said, what? Like it wasn't even a cheese. Or I don't even think they don't even do cheeseburgers no more. It's just burger.
No, we do cheese.
We don't have cheese. We don't have. And then the chicken nuggets are wheat. How do you make wheat chicken? How, Sway?
Yeah, you know what? My daughter told me that they were eating. She's like, yeah, they had fried chicken at school for lunch today. I said, oh yeah, and then I was like, how did the kids like it? So was it dark meat? Oh, I've got one better.
It is dark meat.
He was like, and I'm looking at it, and it's like just so pink, like they started and stopped, and so I started thinking, I'm like, and I'm like, so I'm trying to really get to the bottom of it. I was like, now, did it look pink more closer to like where the bone was? And I'm thinking, I wonder if they putting this in the oven and they put them all together. Then
they put it on a big tray and it goes in, or I don't want to say
convection oven,
but it goes in an oven and it heats it. They're like pre-cooked, so they're just like heating it up to maybe make it not crunchy, because I'm convinced that the flour on the damn chicken is wheat too. But
it is. Everything is wheat, even the white. If you get a white bread on pizza or anything like that, it's white.
Everything is wheat. That I'm not playing. I'm telling you this.
Oh my God.
He's accurate on everything.
Like,
again, I'm glad to be born in 1900s, because my daughter, she kept on saying, oh yeah, those things that happened in the 1900s. I'm like, yeah, back when you had school lunch, there might be that one meal that you didn't like, but they used to be going in, like when it was getting close to Thanksgiving or the holidays. Oh my gosh, they be going in.
I will say the Thanksgiving meal is still good. It's still edible. It's still edible. It's not all wheat.
Yeah, I don't like that answer. See, you said it's still good, then you changed it to it's all edible.
Because it is. It's still edible. It's not like ours, but it's still good. It follows along time, but it ain't horrible. But the lunch is trash. Like trash. Like that's why Journey packs her lunch every day. The only thing she might eat is the pizza, and that's a stretch sometimes. So sometimes she's like, I'm tired of pizza. Or she might
one thing that is slept on that they do serve at the schools now are the bean and cheese pupusas.
They have that?
Yes.
Well, I know my kid isn't going to eat that, so that's probably why Oh, y'all have
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Real quick,
Yeah, my
like
kids,
you'll eat
they be
Justin
spicy.
Walker's for lunch.
My okay. My sleep child, who is a self-proclaimed vegan, just shook his body in anger. So yes, he would not eat that. I never would have thought he would. Okay, all right, yeah.
I
It was a
didn't know
lot.
bean and cheese pupusas. Wow, I'm
Yeah.
giving them beans, but whatever.
All right. Well, you guys know what time it is. Dun.
Boom.
Mike.
Was it who's bad? Mike.
Dad, mother, shut your mouth.
Yep. You know what? And that right there, that should be the opening every week. Every week. All right. Well, let's let them get into it.
Well. It's the best part of the show. Got my boy S Mike. How you feeling today?
Views up, cuz.
Oh, now you want to get the views up. Okay. We gonna see. We gonna see. How you doing today? How are you?
Cool,
How are you?
man. I'm good. What's up?
Okay, well that's good to hear,
I
you
just
know.
like a head, no neck.
You do.
Nothing.
You do. It's okay. You got on your black thermal moo tonight. Oh God. So are you ready to jump into this?
Let's go.
All right. So are you out here putting your thumb or your tongue in the bud?
What?
I mean, you keep coming for my neck every week. So, you know, we just pow. You coming in hot.
Boom.
Oh, I got a good answer. Ooh. You ready?
I guess. I'm nervous, but I guess.
No.
All right, you're so dry. So dry. You fucking up now. No.
Hey, listen, man. Listen. First of all, you're not going to incriminate me on these streets. Second of all, no. My thumbs are clean. I clip my nails.
I was about to say, do you at least
hold on.
nails?
I keep a nail. Listen, call me what you wanna. Call me what you wanna. Call me what you wanna. I keep a nail file right here. I don't play. Listen.
Not the file.
Hey, listen, man. You got to keep the file. You got to keep them. You know
I'm not gonna lie. I do have one in my bag. I do.
Listen, man. I got a whole pack. You never know who's gonna come over. But
Oh God.
you know, but never. Anyway, either way, no. The answer is no. No thumbs. No tongue. I smoke with people.
Well, look, we appreciate your honesty. At least you're courteous because, yeah.
Hey, man, people trifling, man. That's why you gotta keep this. When it comes to, listen, I don't believe in that circle small. But when it comes to smoking, you can keep small, man. You never know what people be out here doing. People be out here doing stuff that they listen.
With some strength.
I don't knock anybody to do it. If you like it, go ahead.
A lot of people out here mashing the bug, putting it.
Hey, go ahead. Freaky as you want to be. Be freaky as you want to be.
No, not me. Not
Just
me.
don't pass the J to me.
Not me.
I don't want no parts of it. I don't even smoke. You don't pass the J to me. Don't try to drink out my cup. Don't do anything. Listen, do you live your life? You know what I'm saying? If you like doing that, cool. If you do that with the thumb, don't dap me up. Give me the little head. Give me the fist.
Give you a thumbs up.
a little fist, and we keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge anybody that does the freakiness of what they do, because nowadays everything is super X-rated freaky. So, you know, I mean, but yeah, no, you can't get me every week. I'm just too good at this. I'm undefeated.
I won't say undefeated.
I am. Every week you can't get me to not answer the question. I'm gonna answer
But
every week.
you're always gonna answer the question.
No, that's not true. Sometimes I might not answer the question. I almost didn't answer that one. Because I was like, come on now. Based on the answers of the other few times I've been on this show, you know that the answers no.
I'll be honest, we didn't know. You never know.
Hey,
Like
listen,
it's a lot of people like
just
Constitution.
because your
when
dry
people
ass
see I'm-
just because your dry ass Valentine's playlist didn't work, don't get mad. Don't
The
get
funny
mad
thing
at me.
about it is that you keep going with these results, right? But you ain't never see what everybody else's results were. You only went off
You
your
had no
results.
results because you would have been gloating. Shantae had a little bit of results, but
I
not
had
as many as me.
little bit. You ain't had that many. I feel like it needs. You didn't have that many.
Listen. We know who didn't win, which was Dynasty. It was between me and your freaking
Really?
ass list.
My list was not that freaky.
Okay, listen.
The thing about it too. No, you
Your
made me
list
take
was definitely
lists.
thumbing
Yeah.
and licking in that part of the region.
Oh, I'll give that to you. Lil Durk.
Your list was licking your thumb while in the region.
I said Lil Durk said it, so I'll give you that.
You,
I
you reached your peak in my list before you had to do that. My list was planned, so you don't have to do that. You don't have to get to that point in my list. And
We know love ballads.
yeah,
No,
this is like,
Jesus.
oh my God, this. Your list was like the when you go on the road and you see the little flimsy people going like,
Oh wow.
I'm weak. I'm done. It was okay. It was. It was. It was.
Yeah, you'll do it. But I won, so
We'll let him.
Okay.
We'll
Yeah,
let
like
him.
okay. Because
we
I
gotta
can't
do
have
another list.
Wayne shot someone, and Bobby Brown did coke and beat up Whitney Houston many times. But
Hold on, you don't know that. You don't know that. Don't do that to Bobby.
You remember when he went to jail?
Don't do that. We're not doing that. We ain't
You
doing
remember
it.
when Whitney went and jumped up on him, and she had the
Listen,
shorts on, and her wig was slipping back, and she had the
know
rap scarf,
what
and the wig kept
happened.
slipping?
We don't really know what happened. Bobby and Whitney.
We don't
We've
remember.
seen 60 movies so far, and every movie we didn't see Whitney high as hell. So we gotta stop. Every movie, one of the movies was her movie, and she was high as hell.
Whitney was a G.
This was never. Well, this isn't about Whitney being high. Okay,
It is. If you high and you running at people with scissors, you listen. Listen. No, you know what? We're gonna end this segment because we are not doing it to Whitney and we're not doing it to Bobby, but because they're not the ideal couple either. But at the same time, in between time, no. That's the answer for this week.
You know what?
But he still loves
And
her
Charles, you dirty dog, Charles, you dirty, you dirty rotten dog, you. Now, Charles, you've been listening to the show, so you got your stroke number up. So I'm kind of proud of you, but at the same time, I'm disgusted. Because last time it was like 4 pumps and you were done.
Well, remember, because his
wife never had that.
And his wife worked at Wendy's and he was like, never mind. He's like, it's been so long. Feels so good to be warm.
Now, I will say, I was listening to something that y'all said earlier about, the breast rubbing up on his back.
He done got caught up in that before. He done, you did that?
Not like that. Not like Charles. No.
So we now know that Mike T's a shiverer.
No.
Look, you see the way he fell back just now? That's how he fell when that happened to him. That's how he fell back. You see how he just gave it to God? Look at him. Oh. Feels so warm and nipply. Oh.
No. No.
Lucille don't walk at me like that. One thing I did appreciate though, Mabel had a natural body. Like that was a real body.
I'm trying to hear that, man. Charles is a dirty dude, man. Charles, you're a dirty dude. I want you to know that. I don't know if you still.
Like, what would you have done if you was Charles in that situation? What was your moan gonna sound like?
I wouldn't have went over there.
Ran out the door.
I wouldn't have went. I wouldn't have went over there. He's stupid.
Mabel, don't touch me like this.
Listen,
Mabel, why you unzipping my pants? I'm not.
It's that ooh.
Yes,
Mabel, why you touching
Charles?
ooh?
First of all, I wouldn't have been over there fixing that a damn thing if something broke in my house. That's one. Two, I would hit that joint. He's stupid, but if I did slip up and hit it, I damn sure would hit it back.
He had to spend the block. You know how it be.
Man, nah.
He had a point.
So you agree with me on that one, that he ain't over to it. It ain't like he was like that was a one and done. There was nothing else to talk about.
I don't know if he owed it to her because he definitely went over there to hit them joints again.
How long have they been married?
He was prepared this time.
I think they had been married since, I think they was married, Terry and Meech whole life. So let's say probably like maybe 20 years, because I know Meech is older.
A long ass time.
In a while, he don't know proper etiquette. He's being nice.
Why you think I said the apple don't fall too far from the tree?
Nah, he wasn't being nice.
No, now Terry is being afraid of him.
He redeemed his stroke with Lucille.
I told you I'm riding for my man Charles, okay?
Nah, you ain't riding for Charles. Charles about to get that joint pregnant. Charles gonna be going over that joint wrapping up.
That's what I just said, exactly. And that last one, you know what? I just wanted them to show. Since they had that top body view, I wanted to see if they was gonna show like his butt cheeks clenching real tight. So because he's
no.
Hey,
look how tight he was.
Get me off the screen.
I knew that. See, I say things to make you uncomfortable every time because it was just
listen, man, Bender. That's the only way you can know that happens.
You don't watch porn. You haven't seen porn.
This can happen. You try to flip it.
So now you don't watch porn. Okay, now he's lying. See, you heard all this.
Week. I'm undefeated.
This don't happen to me every week. No, this doesn't. No, because you be the only person going there. You keep going back to this because
you just said something that just
what happened to our viewer. This is like what happened to our viewer. You failed to sit there and listen to the message. Run that episode back, and you will hear that I did not say that I was spending nobody over, and you keep going with that, and that's a lie. That don't happen. You said you wanted to end this segment, right? All right, we wrapping it up. Thank you, Mike T. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And this right here is the end of the episode, everyone, because he refuses to leave. He refuses to leave. He said the episode was over.
Without getting the last word on this segment.
No, it's no need. It's no need. You said everything. Thank you right now for tuning in. I try to tell you. DMV. Thank you for subscribing and liking the video. We want to thank you. Please watching our other podcasts. We got the Man Cave. We have so many other episodes. We also have Mike T's only. We have Mike T's his own episode that he had. His own show that he has on Fridays. That right there. We've done that. Please like and subscribe. Follow us on all social media platforms. Thank you and good night. Watch Four Corners, the Man Cave. Thank you. We have a special new show that's starting out, that is coming out soon, with one of our favorite co-hosts, Jose, aka Quavo. Thank you, everyone. We hope you enjoyed the show. Good night. I said good night. Turn off the fucking camera. Good night.
Oh, well, boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got to toast to that one, because Lord, Lord. That's all I can say. Lord.
Yep.
So that happened.
Yep. It did. It definitely happened. It went down. It was very interesting. You know what? It'll be interesting to see as BMF progresses. It'll be interesting to see if will I ever feel? Will Dai feel different towards Charles? Will Nek Nek say, you know what? I'm riding with Charles forever. Will Lucille leave her job? Is she still working at Wendy's?
Hey, listen, ride it out. Get the pension.
Exactly. Will Meech and Terry find Lamar? We'll never know, but Lamar does. Catch us next time here.
Little Lala, she a pervert.
Yes, yes. Even though she left that sad, no, we know she about to run that back because Terry about to go up and he gonna get this money or he about to
Oh,
dog her
no.
out.
Clearly, everybody like to spend the
Baby
block,
boo.
literally and physically.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Ugh. I'm
But
waiting for ugh, oof, no, ugh, ugh.
all I say is that's all of our time.
Yes. Thank you. I'm sorry I have to go ahead and end this up again. So we're gonna wrap it up one more time. Thank you for watching 613 Faye DMV. Well, I'm sorry. Thank you for supporting the network 613 Faye DMV. We have our other shows here.
It's
We have
not
Nek
DMV. It's not DMV. It's only on DMV on Instagram. You see, you thought it was over, motherfucker.
It's so sad that he had to take that time out to pop back in. But like I said, Bobby Brown did cocaine and he admitted it. Now, like we said, now moving forward, thank you, 613 Faye. You can find us here on the good YouTube, and we are here. We are the Facts Podcast with your lovely co-hosts. I mean, with the lovely co-hosts, all of us here. We've got our newest co-host, Nek Nek. We have our favorite co-host, Tay here, and we've got myself, Dada. You all have a good night. Like and subscribe. Follow us on all social media platforms. Good night.